We're going to talk about childhood trauma. Now, when I say those words, what comes to mind? Like maybe abuse or neglect. But what I'm going to talk about today is a kind of trauma that we're all subject to, each and every one of us, just as a matter of course of coming into this world. And we're not even aware of it. And then we're going to take a look at what's called your life script. Now, this is that collection of beliefs, those messages that we carry around. And your life script is either your worst enemy or it can be your best friend. Now, when I was very, very little, I discovered that I was terrified to open my mouth. It was usually in class. As soon as the teacher said, all right, we're going to go around the room and we're going to talk about, I don't know, our favorite animal, right? My heart would start beating really fast. I'd feel like I was going to pass out. Now, I know a lot of kids are shy and then they outgrow it, right? But no, this followed me into adulthood. And it really became a problem when I was promoted in my job that I worked with the Department of Defense. You see, I always knew I wanted to be a manager, but I forgot one thing. See, when they promote you to manager, they give you people, and you got to talk to them in groups. I realized that I needed to go to my earliest days, my childhood trauma. Now, the work that I did that helped me to get beyond that, was the reason why I'm here today, is called the body memory process. It was created by David William Sohn out of his own quest for wellness. See, he had a near-death experience when he was 13 years old. Interestingly enough, it was right about the time that I was fighting for my life. I was married to David for 25 years, so I know his story well. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand why I am so passionate about this work. It healed me of something that was with me for years and years. And over those years with David, I came to understand just how powerful this work is in so many lives. So I'm on a mission now, right? I've healed from this and I want other people to as well. I especially love to work with parents because when parents work on themselves, then they can empower their kids. Now, let's talk about the 4 periods of time when we're all subject to trauma. And the first is when mom discovers she's pregnant. There are a lot of worries, concerns, like, can I really do this? Can I really be a great parent? Right? Can I afford all that comes with having a child? It can be rather expensive. And we know that the baby's in there and connected because these emotions generate neurotransmitters that travel to the body and cross the placenta. And I'd like you all to do a little exercise with me. So just think of yourself as a little baby who's in the womb and everything's really cozy, right? You don't know hot, cold, and you don't know light and dark, but you just know things are really comfortable, right? You can hear mama's heartbeat, you can hear mama's voice, and life is really good. But then, whoa, what's happening? It's like an earthquake. Wow, how traumatic is an earthquake, right? Because all of a sudden, something's making me leave my comfortable area. It's a tunnel I'm supposed to go through, right? There's an opening, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's where I'm supposed to go through. And I finally make it out. Maybe I get a little stuck. I finally make it out. And when I do, whoa, there's these bright lights, and it's kind of, I guess, well, I don't know, cold, but I know it's uncomfortable. And somebody just slapped me on my bottom and flipped me on my feet, and something just went in my eyes. This is birth trauma from the perspective of the baby. So let's talk about how disempowering it can be to carry around these vows and not even be aware of it. Think about the last time you were in an argument. what did you do? How did you handle it? How did you get out of it? Because I would bet that it's what you observed your parents doing when they were in an argument. Now, your body is the best tool that you have to realize that there is something going on underneath the level of your awareness. Very powerful. Your body doesn't lie. During emotional events, neurotransmitters travel to receptors all over the body. They're everywhere. They're in our muscles. They're in our organs. And they carry with us the information that we associate with that emotional event and lodge it in our cell memory, and it will stay there unless we become aware of it and do something about it. Are you starting to think that you might have childhood vows operating in your life? Yeah, we all do. So the question is, what do we do about it? Now, I mentioned earlier that your life script can either be your worst enemy or your best friend. Now, there's two places your life script can lead you. One is crisis, so things going really wrong in the areas of health, right, finances, relationships, or to your comfort zone. And your comfort zone is actually a lot more dangerous than crisis, because a lot of people in crisis get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they look up and they say, I need to work on myself. Well, that is when your life script can be your best friend. If you illuminate it, you find out what are all those childhood vows you've been carrying around, and then you're able to let those go so that you have all that energy and awareness to create your dream life. When we discover vows out there that are related to relationships like, it's hard to love me, or you got to leave them before they leave you. These happen because kids take a really emotional hit when mom and dad get divorced, as an example. And in these modern times, that happens quite often. So when we're able to let those kind of vows go, then we can enjoy loving relationships, entirely supportive. So are you ready to get out of your comfort zone? Are you ready to stop that cycle of crisis and bridge that gap? Because what were the dreams that you've had? It's the ones that we're unaware of that make that biggest impact. So I invite you to become aware of those. Become aware of your unconscious commitments. Because when you can let them go, then you can consciously commit to what you do want. And you can really reach those dreams.